Learning science is incredibly boring in life, but not in Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone was a manga about where everyone was turned to stone for about 3,700 years. The world we basically knew was gone. Our main character, Senku, would go on an insane mission to rebuild civilization, but way fast. Throughout the story, Senku would continue to relearn and build the world slowly but surely. What made this process speed up was a conflict. That conflict being Tsukasa. Tsukasa before the Stone Ages was known as the strongest high schooler, which is an understatement because this guy literally one-shotted a lion. He was pretty cool at first until he felt that Senku shouldn't revive humanity because we're all terrible. Senku refused and he dropped Senku, but this would fail as Senku would get revived by Tai. Senku would tell his friends Tai and Yuzuriha to join Tsukasa to spy on him, leaving Senku on his own to find other people to help him. This is where we would meet Kohaku and the members of the Ishigami village. Dr. Stone made it fun to learn. We all know the basics like a spear and a knife. Senku shows you how to make soap. Like, I know how to make soap because of this manga. They take things kind of slow when explaining how to make these things because almost nobody in today's world wouldn't even know how to make a fire, let alone a crossbow. Dr. Stone gives instructions so well that the Ultra Boichi literally had to give out warnings to some of the things they were making. I'm not even lying, by chapter 8, Senku had borderline gotten everyone blown up because he forgot some of the steps of making gunpowder. So far, it seems like Senku is a one-man army, but that's not really the case. Yeah, he makes almost everything, but still need his friends for literally all these things to work. When Senku first got out the stone, he literally struggled to stay alive. He couldn't catch a deer. It took him days to make a fire. He needed Taiju's strength to carry and hold. He needed Yuzuriha's craft to shape things. And when those two left, others would take their spots and then some, with the addition of Kohaku, who was basically a female version of Tsukasa, Katsuki, a craftsman, Chrome, another scientist, and my favorite character, again, a mentalist. The amount of things they were making could go on and on, like from soap to gunpowder, pulley, electricity, a ship, air balloon, literal computer. Like, the list goes on and on about the things that crew, Senku and the crew, can make, and it kind of shows actually how hard it is to actually make these things. The instructions take so long that when they were making a sulfur drug for Ruri when she was sick, it took them almost half a year just to make it. So that kind of shows exactly how long it actually takes them to make certain things, and they'll even make callbacks on how they can build certain things so fast because they would use resources that they had left over. The artwork was done by Boichi, so it was really good at setting the tone. I am totally convinced that Dr. Stone was supposed to be a comedy because it was so good at being funny even when it wasn't trying. When it was time to get serious, they had no problem hitting the reader with a lot of gotcha moments. The world in Dr. Stone at first is pretty small. At first it's kind of just Japan and Ishigami village until they decide to build a ship and they go places like South America, India, the US, all those good places just to gain resources. Throughout all these journeys, they would actually run into more problems and villains, and they would even figure out the reason why people were turning into stone, which I'm not gonna really explain that. I'm just gonna leave that up for you to actually find out and read. It was not really something I actually thought about. I don't really know how I really felt about it. I don't know if it was supposed to be rushed or they had another idea or that was their plan all along. Overall, Dr. Stone is a pretty good manga. I highly recommend you guys go check it out, and guess I'll see y'all later.
They're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals.